Hello, and welcome to Without Judgment, the podcast where we dive into how to be happier at work, asking better questions, daring to be yourself, and gaining clarity on what you want and how to approach it in the best way for you in this season of your life. I'm Virginie, your host, and I support career changers and young professionals unearth clarity, cultivate confidence, and unlock their unique potential. I believe that your career should be more than just a paycheck. So in every episode, I'll bring you new insights about life coaching and how it can help you navigate your professional life and reach your goals that you set for yourself. So hold my hand and let's go. Hello, and welcome to Without Judgment, episode number 15. Today we're going to talk about money mindset because April is financial literacy month. I thought it would be a good idea to do a couple of episodes on our money mindset. And today I want to talk to you about what it is and why it matters. So let's start and see how a money mindset can be your path to have less stress and help you make quick and strong decisions. So if I were to define it, I would put it simply and say it's all your belief system around money. It's a set of beliefs, whether it's been influenced by your upbringing or your experiences in life and even society and societal conditioning. This is the story that you have in your head about money. And that's exactly the question that I would like you to ask yourself right now. What do I believe about money? Imagine I'm telling you to give me the first word or the first phrase that comes to your mind when you hear money or when you think about it. For example, some people would say, there's never enough, or it doesn't grow on trees. Another way of thinking about it for some people would be, I don't have to worry about money. I'll always make it work. Or even, it's not about the money. Remember, we are in a zone that's called Without Judgment. That's why it's the name of the show. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just what feels true to you. And even if it's not the belief that you would like to have, just acknowledge that's what feels true to you right now. And then when you have that sentence in your head and what you think is immediately coming to mind when you think money, how does that make you feel? For example, do you usually feel anxious or stressed when it comes to your finances? And that would come typically from a belief that money is scarce or hard to come by. It could be a sign of what we call a scarcity mindset, which is, often created by the fear of lacking or even sometimes unworthiness. On the opposite hand, we have what we call a prosperity mindset, and that tends to show up as people who feel really grateful around money. They feel really abundant and, confident in their ability to be wealthy or to have the opportunities to become wealthy. So when you recognize the belief you have, and especially if it's a limiting belief or some kind of a negative pattern that you may have inherited or even developed over time, we can work on shifting that and make it mean something more positive for you and put you really back into the driver's seat so you can decide what you want to believe. Now, I want to go into some exercises, but before that, I want to tell you why I think it matters to know about what your mindset around money is. And that's because money is a significant aspect of our lives. We use it almost daily, and if we carry limiting beliefs and have negative emotions, we may just hold ourselves back, really, instead of going for the financial success that we're hoping for, or just the financial freedom that we would like for ourselves and our family. And when I think about my clients, especially who are high achieving women, typically in leadership positions, they want to master their money mindset because it impacts their ability to make those decisions that are influencing the rest of their lives. And it helps them navigate not only their professional life, but also their personal life with more confidence and more clarity. And when you have that, all the risks that you're taking are easier to calculate and just create more sustainability across all boards. How does it show up, really? If you think about the money mindset that you have, it shows up in all the actions that you take towards money. So it can be how you spend it, how you don't spend it. What's your attitude? Really? What's the attitude that you hold about money? And that's influenced by our belief and our thoughts. Now, I want to take you through 2 exercises that I usually take my clients through when we discuss that topic. And I think they'll be very useful for all of you who are wondering how to have a better approach or an easier approach when it comes to money and feel less stressed around it. So the first exercise I want to take you through is about thinking of your balance, or thinking about your total assets and how much money you have right now. If you don't know how much money you have right now, I really invite you to calculate it. So for instance, if you have a house that you own, it would be the market value of the house, and you would deduct your mortgage, what you owe to the bank. Same with everything. You want to take all of the assets that you have and deduct your liabilities, typically a loan, like whether it's for your car or for anything else, really just add everything that's positive and deduct everything that you owe to someone. That's your total assets. And when you have that number, even if it's an approximation, think about how you got that. How did you get this amount of money? And once you've spent a minute thinking about how you got there, what do you think about it? Do you have any judgment around it? Do you think it was easy? Do you think it was hard to get there? And along those same lines, I would like you to think about, what do you think about rich people? Do you have any judgment towards rich people? Do you have any judgment about poor people as well? If this hasn't come up in your first reflection on money, that can be something, your family used to say around the house and you don't even realize you have. So think about that for a second. And then you can decide, do you like those thoughts or don't you? What would you like your thoughts to be towards money and how much you have right now? Would you like to practice some gratitude and be really thankful for what you have? Focus on the abundance of it instead of the scarcity? Maybe you would like to surround yourself with people who are more positive in their way of thinking of money. It can be people in your direct network. It can be a book that you're reading or a podcast you listen to. It can be showing up in terms of mentors, or however you want to really work on that mindset that you would like to cultivate. Think about what are the thoughts that you think would be more helpful to you to think about money in your life. And that brings us to the second exercise I like to invite my clients to go through as well. And it's about asking yourself how much you would like to have. Assuming it's a different number from the one you have today, what would be that number? How much money would you like to have? And then when you have that number, I want you to ask yourself why. And write it down if you can. Why is that the number that you would like to have? Again, there is no right or wrong answer. Just ask yourself, what would it change and what would stay the same in your life after you reach the goal? Because when I coach around money, we go through your money story. And our money story is important because often we ignore the beliefs that are inside our heads, and it's just almost like undeniable truth. And they aren't. When we let them be those truths instead of questioning why we're having those beliefs, it's almost like we let go of the decision making and we let go of the actions that we're taking because maybe we don't feel capable of achieving something that someone else has just because of the thoughts that are in our heads. So I want you to really think about that for a minute. Finally, I would like to give you a couple of tools or habits or things that you can do around your money. And that is to develop some financial habits, like maybe budgeting or investing, so that you realize what you can do, what is in your control, and you can decide to invest in yourself and in your future this way. So think about what you would like to change, what kind of habits you would like to develop, so that you can track progress on that goal that you've established. And just remember that your mindset is like any other muscle in your body, so it can be strengthened with practice. When you put the intention to put in the reps, if I can say, then it will get stronger, but it won't happen after a couple of days. It's those beliefs, especially around money, are deeply held beliefs that your brain has practiced for years and years, usually. So give it some time and just decide to track your progress and evaluate what have you done today or what have you done this past month. Has it brought you the results that you were after? And if yes, great. If not, question it. Why not? Did I do what I was planning on doing, or did I do something different? And what can I do differently next time? Like with any goal, I want to remind you that the mindset, the thoughts that you're having behind the goals are really what influence the actions that you take towards that goal. So when you have a clear vision, whether it's about financial goals or whether it's about your career or life in general, the belief that you can achieve them will help guide the decisions that you will make and the action that you take. So make it a priority if that is for you in this season of your life. If that's a priority, let's make a plan for it. And then it will bring you the confidence to negotiate for what you're worth. It will help you to pursue the opportunities that are really exciting for you. And it will also help you invest in your own growth, personal, professional, whatever you want to learn, whatever you feel capable of doing, you can. I mean, you're an adult and you are in charge. So I'll leave you with that question. What do you think is possible for you? And next week, we'll talk about money mindset, specifically around making money, having money, and spending money. Have a beautiful weekend, everybody. I'll talk to you next week. Bye. If you found this interesting today and would like to dive deeper, I invite you to book a free 30-minute mini session with me on the website at without-judgment-coaching.com. Again, that's without-judgment-coaching.com. I can't wait to meet you. Talk to you next month. Bye.